What's going on, guys and girls? Wanted to give y'all a little update. I know I haven't put up any videos in a couple weeks. Actually, I just put one up a little while ago. A tip on how to use a little less water in your motorhome or your home. I hope y'all checked out that video. It's a fairly short one, and just a follow-up on that, I've been using that thing now for a few days and it seems to be working great. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. It's titled How to Use Less Water in Your Home or RV. But it's raining here in Virginia. Nasty. The last few days have been real nice. I've been able to get a few things done, but the next 2 days are going to be just like this, just raining and getting cold. So yesterday I cleaned up the motorhome. I washed it down real good and I put it back in the shop. So I've got a couple projects I'm going to work on. Let's see, one of which is I'm going to go ahead and wax all the paint. I haven't done that since I had it painted a couple of years ago. 3 years ago now, I guess. So put a good coat of wax on, and I'm going to start on organizing my tools a little better. Believe it or not, these things actually ride pretty well the way it is. But it's just a mess in here. It's I mean, I know where everything is, but it's just not it's not what I'm looking for. I want things to be a little more organized. I like how I've got some stuff hanging on the sides, but I need some better. I bought a little peg board and some pegs. I might try to incorporate that in here some. And I've been looking for a toolbox, a really nice, like say a 3-foot toolbox, but I haven't found one that I really like, so I haven't got that yet. But just go try to organize. So what I'll probably end up doing is pulling everything out, sitting it here and then looking at it, and then slowly putting it all back together. And once I put it in, then normally I can organize and find a better home for certain things. If I come across something that I know I haven't used or I don't think I'm ever going to use, then I'll take it out. I'll leave it out. And most of y'all know that I am working on that trailer that I'll be using to pull behind the motorhome, and that's where a lot of my tools are going to go. So they'll come out of here and they'll go into that trailer, because that's going to be like a storage unit for me. And in this cabinet back here, I've also got some power tools and a little ladder, like a 4-foot ladder. So I may organize, just need to organize. And then my other side, something else I'm going to do while I'm on this side is I need to make a piece of trim to cover above my driver's door. I've been meaning to do that ever since I installed the wood paneling. I've got some wood laying around. I'm gonna cut me something and make a nice trim piece for that to clean that up some. Just some things that I've been putting off over the years, just haven't gotten around to it. They're not real big jobs, but now that I've got a few rainy days and I'm still off for a few more days, that's kind of nice. I might even get my big wood stove going and close the doors up and listen to the rain beat on the roof and try to get something done. This side here is kind of more of my larger tools that I don't use every day, but I like to have. Especially I like to have my weed eater, my chainsaw. Especially if you go out to a campground and the grass isn't cut, you can pretty much cut as much grass as you want with the weed eater. It just takes a little time. Got my welder, my grinder. This chop saw here, I think I'm going to take that out of here. I just don't see myself to need that in here. I keep a Sawzall and a skill saw. I'm not going to need the chop saw in here, so I'm going to take that back out. That'll free up a little more room. I've got a jigsaw, stapler, I think that's a rivet gun. Got some bar chain oil for the chainsaw, some detailing stuff in there. Nice whole little kit of car wash and wax and tire shines, all that good stuff. Some extra paint and brushes. This vise will soon be mounted into that trailer. I'm going to have a nice workbench in there. Like I said, a lot of these tools will end up being transferred into that trailer once I get that all finished up. But so this is kind of what I'm going to work on. Just do some organizing. I've also got another cabinet here that I want to... This one's just kind of my basic camp stuff. I got that bucket there with the little tool organizer on it for sitting around when I'm using my grill. I can sit my utensils in it and store things in the bucket and then sit on the bucket. I've got a couple of, I need to replace that light bulb. Some little tables to set out. I've got a 10 by 10 tent if I want to use. I never used that. I bought that on sale and just thought it'd be nice to have if I was ever set up somewhere for a while outside, needed the extra shade. You know, I do have a 17-foot awning, but still, it'd be nice to, just nice to have. And then this cabinet here, I have never done anything with it, and I want to update it. So I'm thinking, I've got a new stereo with the remote, the one that actually came out of this motorhome when I installed the new smart radio. I set the other one aside, so I'm going to install that here. Might go ahead and update the 2 speakers. I'm going to keep my power outlet and my 12-volt outlet just because it's nice to have, but while I've got all this out, I'll probably put some of my floor tiles like I did on the countertops just to dress this up some. And then down here underneath, I've got a good little amount of storage, and these bins in this Winnebago are very heavy duty. I mean, as you can tell, I've got tons of weight in these things. You know, I'm toting hundreds of pounds worth of tools and never had any issues. So I'm thinking that this cabinet here would be a great area to turn into a battery box for my solar. Speaking of the solar, I've already started ordering some parts. My I think it's Performance Dynamics, no, it's Progressive Dynamics smart charger is on the way. That'll be here this week. So that's going to be one of the first steps to my whole solar process, is I want to get all of my batteries charging properly. I just replaced, I don't think I've shown you guys, but give me just a second here. I cleaned up and replaced all of these batteries within the last 6 months. So all the batteries are new. That's the engine start battery, and then my 2 auxiliary batteries, which as of now I'm using the 12-volt. These are 750 amp, 109 amp hours at 1 amp. But in the future I will be replacing these out with 6-volt batteries, but I'm not going to do that yet. I mean, I just put over, these batteries are a little over $100 a piece, so I'm going to get some use out of these before I go that route. But down here in this cabinet is where I may add the extra, because I'm probably going to want to run, I don't know, maybe 4 more 6-volt batteries. But I'm still undecided on that. Like I said, I have started making some progress though. That smart charger will be here this week, so stay tuned for that video. And something else we had going last night, this is my faucet from a bathroom sink. I replaced this when I replaced everything else in this motorhome a couple of years ago, and never really had any major problems. But I did recently, now I'm not seeing my part to show you, but basically there's another handle just like this that goes on this side. And last night I was sitting in the motorhome and the thing popped off. And I noticed it was loose. You know, in the past, whenever I cut the hot water on, I could tell that something wasn't right with it. I'd have to push it down. And anyway, there was no way of adjusting it, so there was nothing I could do about it. I didn't think it was going to break on me like it did, but the thing literally shot off, hit the counter, hit the floor. Kind of startled me there for a minute. I didn't know what was going on. Water started gushing out because I had my water and everything going. Hot water heater was on. I was getting ready to take a shower. And that really stalled my plans. I ended up messing with this thing for about 3 hours last night and couldn't fix it, of course, because there's just no way to get up inside of that handle without breaking it in half to tighten it back onto these threads. So late last night I ordered another one off of eBay before really giving it thought, because I knew my motorhome store that's local, they were going to be closed today. So I ordered one and it's in the mail. But I went to Lowe's this morning just to see if they had anything comparable. And they did. They actually had a, here, I'll show you real quick. Had one that was very similar. I'm pleased with it, and it was similar in cost. This one was only $27, I believe. So I got my water back up and going. Like I said, I do still have the other one in the mail, but not sure what we'll do with that yet. Anyway guys, I just wanted to give y'all an update on what's been going on here. Not been a whole lot. You know, the holidays, we just finished with Christmas and we're approaching the new year. So I don't do much this time of year. I try to stay low and stay home, stay off the roads, let all the crazies do their thing, and I'll find something to keep myself occupied around here. But so I'm going to finish a few projects. I'm really getting excited about my solar. I thank all y'all again for all the comments. I'm still just getting around to taking the time to look into all the comments that y'all posted there for me, because I will be ordering some panels here very soon. I'm going to be getting panels within the next few days. I'm going to place an order for at least one or two. My biggest thing is I want a kit that I can start small and add to. So we will see. But I'm getting excited for that. Should be a very fun project. I've actually been doing some boondocking here in the last few days while the weather was nice, just to unplug and get out of the shop, and I'll go and park up on the hill and, you know, just put a little strain on my batteries just to test things out. But I'm really looking forward to that new smart charger. From what I've been told, my buddy Chico just recently did this project on his motorhome. I mentioned him in a prior video. I'm not sure if y'all have checked his channel out yet, but check him out. He's got some good projects going on. He should be hitting the road here in a few months. But he turned me on to this Progressive Dynamics charger, and I was not even aware that the chargers that are come factory in these motorhomes, they're not smart chargers. So basically they're just going to sit there and boil these batteries, especially if you're like me and you keep your motorhome plugged in all the time. They don't have any knowledge of how charged the battery is. It basically, and I'm not the best to explain this. Chico's video is a little more clear and understanding, and there's others out there also. And by the time I make my video and installing it, I will have learned a little more about it. But this smart charger, it's just more up-to-date technology. It knows when to charge, it knows how much to charge, and it knows when to not charge those batteries. So it'll give you the most life out of them and keep them charged up when you need it. So if you've got one of these and you've got multiple batteries, you may want to consider the same thing. But stay tuned. Like I said, I'll have that video up within the week. I'm hoping that today is Sunday. I'm hoping that charger is going to be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And I'm going to be putting it in the day I get it. So the video should definitely be up by the weekend. But, well, that's going to be it, guys. Just wanted to give you an update, let you know I'm still kicking, and I hope y'all all had a happy Christmas and have a safe New Year. Don't I don't know. Just be safe. Don't get in any trouble. Stick around. We got a whole lot of videos coming. I need to get to work. I got a lot to do. Y'all have a good evening.